everybody, and welcome back to Sports Talk with Chris Heidel. I'm Chris Heidel with Steve Zulich and Adam Mize, and George Bachero was supposed to be here this evening, but he is on assignment again, because we had to put him on assignment, so he will be back next week, hopefully, with his, what's going on with him. So, Adam, it was a nice Super Bowl on Sunday. And I hope you guys enjoyed the halftime performance.
I did. It brought back a lot of memories for me. Seeing Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg, Eminem.
Exactly.
Kendrick Lamar. It had a SoCal vibe to it, and I can say it's one of the best Super Bowl halftime shows I've seen in a long, long time.
It was a very good Super Bowl, and after the years of this year was good. It was a good postseason as well.
It
was really good, except for somehow we still see Prescott trying to get that first down.
Get me started. Don't get me started.
Prescott, who tried to get the first down for the Cowboys. I don't know what he was doing in that game.
Yeah. Here's my thing. When are you going to try and run a 40-yard quarterback draw when you got 16 seconds left in the game, no timeouts? You really think your quarterback's going to run 40 yards? No.
It's ridiculous. So he, I guess if you were Jerry Jones, you just probably will just tell him like, oh well, we win the all-season award every year.
Yeah.
That's what they do. So today on the program, we have some great stuff, folks. We have some college baseball coming up. We got Randy Hood, the baseball coach at North Carolina Wilmington, will be joining us at 7:45. Then at 8 o'clock, Mike Cole from Manhattan College in Manhattan, New York, the Jaspers. They'll be playing down in Florida this weekend as well at the Stetson Classic. And then my good friend Nikki Murphy, who is the lacrosse coach at Harvard Community College, the women's lacrosse coach, she'll be on. They will be back playing this year after a year off because of COVID. And then 8:20, we got Frank Catalano, who played for 14 seasons in Major League Baseball with the Mets and the White Sox and the Tigers and Blue Jays. He's now the Hofstra baseball coach. He'll be joining us at 8:20. And then hopefully at 8:35, we'll get the lacrosse coach for Mount St. Mary's, Tom Gramnett will be joining us as well, hopefully. And then at 8:40, we got Michael Ventura, who is the Lehigh Valley's public relations guy. He's a PR guy. He'll be joining us at 8:40. They're doing the Phillies do a cool thing. They do this, like other teams should still do this, called the Winter Caravan. They go around the state of Pennsylvania or your area and get everybody all fired up for if there is Phillies baseball. This year because of the strike, still on, the lockout. And then at 9:05, we'll be on until 9:30 tonight, folks. Steve Tripmer, the Stephen Hader's baseball manager, will be joining us. Huh?
The Stetson Hatters.
Yeah, the Hatters. Yes, I went to Stetson University one time to watch the game when I was down there with my Florida trip one year. It was pretty cool.
And I remember that. We sat up in the press box.
Yes, it was pretty cool.
You were sitting there trying to lock your car from the press box.
No, that was from Daytona Beach.
Yeah, we're sitting up in the press box. He just got
a new car.
His brand new car that was parked behind the wall in the outfield. He was sitting there from the press box trying to see if he could lock it from 400 yards away.
And then at 9:20, former New York Met Barry Lyons will be joining us. Tomorrow will be the 10th anniversary of a sad day in baseball world, the death of Gary Carter, who I idolized when I was a kid growing up, playing baseball as a young kid and wanted to be number 8 behind the plate, and had an honor to meet him twice. And so we're going to talk to Barry about what it was like, being his backup, learning stuff from Gary Carter, over the years. So let's recap the Super Bowl. I had a chance to, the
halftime show was actually fairly decent this year.
It was.
Yes, it was very much so. I saw on social media it was one of the best halftime shows that people have seen in a long, long time. And hopefully, I think the NFL took a page from the NBA All-Star Game, and I mean, it had a SoCal vibe to it. It brought back a lot of generations from the 90s. Seeing Snoop Dogg and Mary J. Blige and Dr. Dre and Eminem and Kendrick Lamar. I mean, it was rocking.
Yeah,
what I saw on TV.
Well, last Thursday, they had the NFL honors, and they have gave everybody who couldn't make the trip out there to talk to some of the award winners. So I had the privilege to speak to Rams tackle Andrew Whitworth, who won the Man of the Year award.
Andrew
Whitworth. Okay, Whitworth, who's the oldest guy in the book in the NFL. So he won the Super Bowl on Sunday with the Rams. So I had a chance to talk to him about what was it like winning this award for himself and for the organization. Hi, Andrew. This is Chris Heidel from Hermiston Radio in Baltimore, Maryland. Congratulations on winning the Man of the Year award. What does this award mean to you? Because I know there's a lot of cool people who in the NFL has became Walter Payton Man of the Year. What does this mean for you, and what does this mean for the organization?
I think it's a great representation of the organization. Like I said, Cincinnati was a great place, and we did a lot of great things in the community there too. But in a whole totality, I've just never seen, in my limited experience with certain organizations, just the total group that the Los Angeles Rams put together to always just be in the community, finding every little way they can possibly be around to help. It's really impressive, and it's been unbelievable. The support we've had, whether we were fighting social justice issues last year with different things that really we were able to put together our own fund and make a big contribution financially and with our time throughout the community of LA. And then in the years past, whether it be different giveaways I want to do or different things I want to go make an impact in homelessness, they're right there with me as a partner, not doing their own thing or not saying, hey, you know what, let's do this for publicity, but hey, how can we contribute? How can we put effort in? For me, really, this award is a symbolization of all of us, of everything we've done. And for me personally, I think that it's hard. It's hard to say that you'd want this award just because I don't think that really goes into the whole idea of being somebody of community service. But I think it's an amazing accomplishment to really feel like, hey, there's people out there that value you and value your heart for people. And to me, that's just a confirmation of maybe you're doing the right things more so than anything I say I pat myself on the back about.
Yeah, that's a great question to answer, Mike. I feel like a lot of players try to get back to their community in one shape or form, and and they don't get recognized a lot, and I think he's been doing it for years, and he finally, somebody actually saw what he was doing and said, hey.
I got one thing to add. If I'm Matt Stafford, how do you think Detroit feels?
Oh.
Well, Detroit's been there's a lot. I think there's a curse.
He was there for 7 years, couldn't get to the playoffs. He goes to the Rams the first year and wins a Super Bowl. Detroit's probably sitting there thinking back like, what happened?
I know.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to some of the interviews we did last week. Prior to we did the show on Tuesday. Last Tuesday night before we went on the air, I had a chance to talk to Mark Duffner. And if you are a college football fan, he was the head coach at the University of Maryland back in the early 90s up to 1995, pre-Ralph Friedgen, before Ralph Friedgen showed up. And, he had one winning record at Maryland. 1 year they made it to the Independence Bowl, but, now he's at Cincinnati. He's with the Bengals. He's a senior defensive assistant, so he's been there for a very long time. So he was on Zoom, and I had a privilege to speak to him about, what has he learned in the NFL that's better than college, and plus his time and, does he miss College Park? So here's my interview with him.
Hi.
Hey, Coach, Chris Heidel from Hermiston Radio in Baltimore, Maryland. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Chris. Good to hear from you.
Yes. Talk about your journey from when you left the University of Maryland and you went through the NFL ranks. What did you learn from the NFL ranks?
Oh, I've learned a tremendous amount. When I left Maryland and got the opportunity actually to come to the Bengals, which was my first stop. I was here for 6 years and my first time here. I learned a tremendous amount. What I clearly learned first was that the NFL player wants to be coached or can be coached much like the collegiate player. And what I mean by that is I was concerned, well, shoot, going from college to the pros, how are they going to be in meetings? How do they learn? How motivated are they? How are they going to practice? All these things. Well, I learned very quickly that what we had taught along the way in college in terms of how you dealt with the player, trying to improve them, was very much the same. And I was, number one, excited about that. Number two, I had the privilege to work here the first time with a guy named Dick LeBeau, who was recognized maybe as one of the very best defensive coaches in NFL history. Very outstanding teacher and a great connector with players. And so, I mean, from day one, there was similarities, many similarities. Terminology was a little different, but a lot of the same fundamentals were critical that you had to do. And in fact, I also saw very quickly that in the NFL that sometimes the coaches and the pros would go quickly into scheme and teamwork rather than spend time with fundamentals, tackling, getting off of blocks, stance and starts, all the things that really equate to being successful with execution. So I learned that too, that they were quick to move on from some of that. Well, fundamentals still win, and they win at this level in a big way. But I learned a tremendous amount, both in terms of different types of defensively, different types of coverages, and different types of even game stunts, that pressures that sometimes I said, boy, if I'd had this here or had that there, I might still be at this place. But I learned a lot. But the positive thing was that players aren't really that much different. They're a little bigger, they're a little faster, and they may be a little richer, but it was very similar in terms of how you taught them.
Yeah. And if I could follow up real quick, is there one thing you missed about College Park? One thing you missed, besides coaching and the students and the stadium and the ATC? Yeah.
I loved all that. I mean, I loved, well, first and foremost, I loved College Park. I loved the university. I loved the enthusiasm that we had there. I mean, whether it was at our football games or at the basketball games when Gary Williams was, doing so well there. It's a vibrant place. And so I missed a lot. I still miss. I mean, I miss a lot about that. I loved the tradition that they had in the ACC, and I'm pulling for them big time now that they're in the Big Ten. But and I see that the facility is going leaps and bounds there. And I see Coach Loxley's recruiting is done very, very well. So I'm pulling for the Terps big time. It was a great experience for me. A lot of quality people there and quality players, and I wish them all the best. I'm pulling for them big time.
Well, good luck on Sunday. We'll be pulling for you.
We'll take all that we can get, but appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, some blasts from the past for folks here in Baltimore and Maryland with Mark Duffner, who Ralph Turgeon, Ralph, Turgeon and all those people there. So let's move on before we get the coach from NC Wilmington, the Seahawks. Coach Hood will be joining us in a couple minutes. Here is somebody who is not my brother's favorite friend. Not the greatest person ever coached at Miami. His name is Al Goldman, and he is reportedly he's going to be becoming the head coach, the defensive coordinator for the Fighting Irish sometime in a couple of days. But I had a chance to talk to him last Tuesday about Cam Akers because he coached against Cam Akers when Cam Akers was with the Seminoles, and Al Goldman was 0-5 against the Noles. So here's my quick answer with him about Cam Akers.
Heidel.
Hey, Coach Golden, it's Chris Heidel from Herberton Radio in Baltimore. I talked to you when you were with Miami. How's everything going?
How are you doing?
Doing great.
I'm doing great. We're in the Super Bowl, so it's great.
Yeah, congratulations on making it to the Super Bowl. I didn't realize you were in Cincinnati. When you were a coach at Miami, did you coach against Akers at Florida State? Did you see him as a freshman or a sophomore?
I can't remember what year it was, but certainly we tried like heck to recruit him. A great player, and really a physical back, big physical back, and obviously a testament to to his perseverance for doing what he's done this year. It's amazing to see him out there. But just tremendous respect for him, and obviously really happy for he and his family for his success.
Yeah, and if I could, I was trying to ask him another quick question. Like a good reporter, what happened in Miami? He did a Texas two-step around that. So hopefully tomorrow, when he gets introduced as Notre Dame's new defensive coordinator, he needs to talk about that because.
About that little thing, or about the Texas two-step?
No, when he got fired from Miami because Miami when he was down there, he lost to Clemson 59-0 on.
Yes, he did. Oh, I remember that.
TV and Al Golden was supposed to fire a coach or something. He goes, "No, I'm not firing him." And the athletic director goes, "Then you're gone." And then the week later, my brother and I went to Duke. And that's when that holy roller thing came, the kickoff return at the 16,000 penalties.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah, so that was and that guy who was the head coach there, what's his name? Is Larry? I forget his name, but he's the coach at Howard University right now. So anyway, let's bring in some. Let's get back to some baseball here. Let's bring in Coach Hood. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Hey guys, how are y'all?
How are you doing? Happy. Getting ready for some baseball. How's the weather down there? You guys all set for beautiful weather this weekend?
Temperatures have been great. Looking like a little rain on Friday, but hopefully not enough to cause any issues.
That's great. That's awesome. So how's preseason?
70's not bad, is it?
Yeah, 70's not bad. Hey, we're trying to get up to the 50s up here in Maryland. So I'm like, okay, 50's fine. We're gonna be 60 on Thursday. I'm like, but it's supposed to rain. I'm like, oh. Yeah.
I take rain over snow.
Exactly. So
yeah.
So how's the preparation going with you guys down there? Are you guys all set for this big weekend with some good teams coming into town?
Yeah, we just finished up our last kind of preseason scrimmage today, and we'll have a couple practices tomorrow and Thursday, and get in the weight room a couple days with the position guys, and we're kind of at that point where we've practiced enough against each other. It's time to go play somebody else.
Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah. Now, Coach, you were picked to finish second in the CAA, right? In front of you is Northeastern, and you guys actually share something in common. You guys have the preseason co-players of the year. So my question to you is, do you think you have a team that can knock out the Northeastern Huskies and to make the NCAA baseball tournament when the field of 64 is announced on Memorial Day Monday?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're definitely good enough to be in that position at the end of the season, but I also think Northeastern's got a chance to be really good as well. And there's several other teams in our league that I could see being in the top right there at the end of the year. And I think our league's got a lot of depth in it this year. I just looked over. I think we've got 9 returning first-team all-conference players that are back in the league, and I think 8 others that were on the second-team all-conference team. So you got 17 all-conference players throughout the league that are back. So, it's an exciting year. I think the conference is going to be really good. And, I do think, Northeastern deserves to be mentioned in that top spot right now because they got a lot of guys back, but I feel like we'll be right there at the end of the year as well.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, Coach, this weekend you got Middle Tennessee Tennessee on Friday, and then you got St. John's, over the weekend, and then I guess those two play each other, and then you play more games over the weekend. What do you see with St. John's? St. John's is not known for baseball. The only 2 people I know came out of St. John's was Frank Viola and John Franco. That's the only 2 people I know, and I don't think they're coming down pitching this weekend for the St. John Red Storm.
No, I'm glad they're not, but they've actually had a very good program. Ed Blankmeyer did a really good job there for a long time, and then Mike Hampton, one of his longtime assistants, took over as head coach a few years ago, and they're a very good team out of the north. Middle Tennessee State, we've never played them before, I don't think, but Jim Toman, who used to be the head recruiting coordinator at South Carolina when they won the national titles for 2 years, and then he was the head coach at Liberty, is the head coach now at Middle Tennessee State. So, we're just playing a 3-team round robin. Each team will play 4 games. It'll be a good weekend to kind of see what all of us have and where we're at depth wise and things like that on the mound, and obviously getting 4 games in and getting a lot of at bats for your position players. So it'll be a good weekend to kind of open up and see where everybody's at.
And it's also good for this time of year. You guys play these tournament games. You got these kids, these schools coming from the north who want to play baseball. They're coming down to your neck of the woods, and you're doing this. Like next weekend, you got another tournament with Rutgers coming to town from the Big Ten, and and other schools. So that's pretty good for you guys getting that test against these big schools, knowing that the CAA is just like almost like the Big Ten. There's some great teams in there, like JMU's final season in the league, and then you got next year you got some. I think Stony Brook's coming in next year, and you got Monmouth coming in, and Hampton. That's going to be a very good conference for baseball.
Yeah, who knows who else they're going to bring in? Hopefully, it's a few Southern teams that helps us with a little bit of travel too. but no, next weekend we've got the Carolinas Coastline Classic with us and Coastal Carolina are hosting that tournament, and Rutgers, Ball State, Illinois, and then Middle Tennessee State's coming back in to Myrtle Beach to play some games as well. So, we try to treat these first actually 5 weekends of non-conference play and play as good as competition as we can to prepare us for the conference games. And then hopefully we're playing good teams too to help build our non-conference RPI to where, potentially if we play well in the league, you don't win the conference tournament, maybe you're in position to be an at-large team. We've been in the 10 regionals the last 21 years, and 6 of those we were at-large. 4 of those 10 we were at-large selections versus winning the conference tournament. So there's avenues to get to the NCAA tournament other than winning the conference tournament, and that's just playing a good schedule and winning a lot of games.
Yeah, I was just looking at your schedule. You got Appalachian State on March 4th. You got that weekend series, and then you got Keyshaw State, and then Ohio State comes to your neck of the woods. That's good that'll build up some RPI there because Ohio State's been that quiet team in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they're a very good program. We actually played them a couple years ago midweek after we came back from a weekend series at Arizona State, and then we ended up the same year playing them in the regional at Greenville, and actually beat them in a walk-off in extra innings to eliminate them and finish their season. So, I know their program decently. Coach Bill and me have talked about they're actually coming down and going to stay here pretty much Tuesday through Sunday, and we'll play them a midweek game on Wednesday and then a weekend series, and then we'll return the trip to Columbus, Ohio in 2024. So it gives us a chance to kind of go in the neck of the woods that we haven't been before and play, in a Big Ten opponent on the road early in the year.
Yeah. So you get a big schedule starting this weekend. Now until May, you guys will be playing every weekend and all that stuff. How are you going to keep your kids fresh and knowing that this is going to be what they're going to be playing in Major League Baseball? They're going to be playing every day, every night. They're going to be traveling. They're going to be living in a suitcase. They got to do your schoolwork. You got to make sure that's a lot of things for a college kid, because I know some college kids want to just play baseball and forget their education.
Yeah, there's some that like to do that, but we have to kind of straighten them up real quick and make sure they take care of their academics so they remain eligible. But, our guys know that they're coming here to get education as well, playing great baseball. And, the college games kind of build on weekend series, 3 games, and then playing a midweek game either on Tuesday or Wednesday. So you're playing usually 4 games a week, where in pro ball, you're typically playing 6 or 7 games a week. So it's close, but it's not quite just like pro ball. But, you're asking them to go to class during the week. And then, if we go on the road on the weekend, we're usually leaving on Thursdays. So, they got to take their books with them, study while we're on the road, and also get ready to play 3 games on the weekend. But luckily enough, we play a good amount of our games at home early. So we don't have to get on the road too much early until we get into conference play.
Yeah. I was just looking, you're playing North Carolina and North Carolina State. Can you guys win the ACC by beating those schools?
If we beat them, we'll claim a share of the title. But no, we typically midweek wise play North Carolina home and home, NC State home and home, Campbell home and home, Coastal Carolina home and home, and East Carolina home and home. So those are 5 really good teams within 2 hours of our Wilmington, so it gives us a chance to play regional caliber teams every midweek.
That's true. Hey, Adam, we got a
Yeah,
final question, Coach?
now you guys, I was looking, the game at North Carolina, in Chapel Hill will be on the ACC network, and you guys, all your home games will be televised on Flow Baseball this year, a part of Flow Sports. So, what's it like to have your games televised, for fans that, cannot attend any of your games?
No, it's a great thing that, our school does through our Seahawk Sports Network and Flow Sports. And then obviously when we go play at other places in our state that has ESPN type broadcasts or the ACC network or the SEC, those are all good opportunities for, families that can't make it to every game to still see us play, our recruits to see us play, and then the guys that we're recruiting that want to watch and see what our program's all about. It gives them a chance to see us basically 54 times during the year, and then in postseason. And then obviously ESPN does a heck of a job broadcasting and taking care of the NCAA tournament from the beginning of the regionals to the super regionals all the way to Omaha. So it's exciting, and college baseball has really grown a lot over the last decade or so. And I still get butterflies. I'm 2 days away and looking forward to the season opening, and then working, and just hopefully the journey over the next 4 months gets us to a point where we're competing for a national title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hopefully, man. First, you got to win that CAA title first. That's the
Exactly.
first one.
Yeah.
And then you go to the regional flag, and then you keep. It's funny. You win your conference, then you get a regional flag, and then you get the super regional flag, and then you go to Omaha, and it keeps staying. It's like, wow. Like by the time the season's over, you're like, all right, I'm going on vacation.
A lot of steps to get there.
Exactly. But hey, the first step starts this weekend. That's always look at it. You're always the first step, and everybody's 0-0. That's what I look at.
One of our things we talk about is just trying to go 1-0 each day, and then trying to accumulate a lot of 1-0s. And if you do that, you get a winning streak going. But we take it one game at a time. I know that's coach speak right there, but honestly, we just try to go 1-0 each day.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Coach, I'll let you go. I know you want to get some dinner or relax. Thanks so much for coming on, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Appreciate it. You guys take care. Have a great spring.
All right, man. Talk to you soon. Be safe.
Yep.
All right, that's Coach Randy Hood, the coach from UNC Wilmington, the Seahawks. They're going to open up this weekend for baseball. So baseball's starting in college, but if you're major leagues, I guess you're waiting for baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask him the thing there at the end. Is what they say, win a game, it's a win. Win two, that's a streak.
Yeah. It is. That is a streak.
Major league quote there.
Exactly. So coming up at hopefully at 8:00, we do have Coach Cole with us right now. He'll be joining us in this short in a couple minutes here. We'll just wrap it up here. So so the Seahawks are going to be that team in the CAA that we're going to watch, along with JMU, and JMU is that basically playing out the string because they can't even play in the CAA championship game this year.
Yeah,
because of their agreement with the Sun Belt. They're moving on,
which is sad. It's called I
feel like that's a different topic for a different story for a different day. I feel like they need to let these teams. Yes, you're moving on, but the kids are not the ones who are telling them, let's go to the Sun Belt, coach, or let's go to the ACC, And it's the administration. The administration needs to say, look, let these kids play. And then, if we win a title, we'll just give the title back to you guys, and we'll just take a picture of it and send it back to the front office in Richmond. Big deal. So let's bring in the coach of the Manhattan College. They're a good baseball team. Mike Cole was the head coach, and Mike is there. Hi, Mike. How you doing?
Guys, how are you? Can you hear me?
Welcome to baseball season. Finally, you guys are. Baseball is starting finally after so much snow and -2 and all that stuff, it's over with.
We are definitely looking forward to getting down to Florida to some warmer weather and finally playing a real game. So it's definitely an exciting week for us as our program, as is for everybody else in college baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about your program. People around here don't know you real well because, I know you guys because I'm from New York and you guys are in, Riverdale, New York, outside of New York, in that New York tri-state area. Just talk about you guys and, how you guys, how's last year and recap it real quick.
Yeah. So Manhattan College, we play in the MAC conference. We're a Division I Northeast school. We've had a lot of success over the last 15 years. We've won 5 regular season MAC championships and have gone to the NCAA regionals 3 times in the last 12 years. So we pride ourselves on being one of the top teams in our conference and competing for a championship every year.
So Friday night you're taking on the Irish. And that's a good team from the ACC. They won the regular season title last year. Did okay in the ACC tournament. Didn't get to the title game, but they're coming. I think they got some of their good players coming back. But that's going to be a good test for you guys right out the bat. Yeah,
it's definitely, as we like to say up at the North, it's definitely a tough contest coming out of the gym. But they're ranked number 4th in the country by Baseball America. Notre Dame has been a great program year in and year out in college baseball. Coach Jarrett has done a great job since taking over at Notre Dame. So it's going to be an exciting night for us Friday night down at Stetson playing Notre Dame. But, our guys are ready to go. And obviously when you're playing a great team and a great program, they're definitely excited. And, we're looking forward to the challenge ahead of us.
Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah. Now, Coach, you're not familiar, with Riverdale, New York, since I have family that is from Yonkers, New York. So
okay, yeah, right now
to go down and play in some warmer weather compared to what you guys are having up there in the cold and snow. So tell us what's gonna be like for your going up against a Power 5 team like Notre Dame from a Power 5 conference like the ACC.
Yeah, it's obviously it's going to be a challenge. It'll definitely be a step up in talent from what we're used to in the MAC. But our guys, like you said, we're from New York City. I think we have some tough kids. I don't think we're scared to play anybody in the country. But it's definitely going to be a challenge. But it's baseball. It's college baseball. We've won some big games here at Manhattan College against some Power 5 teams. Obviously, we're going to have to take care of the baseball, pitch ahead, and get some timely hitting. The name of the game in baseball. But this is what these kids sign up for. They've known that we've been playing Notre Dame for since the middle of the summer, and they're excited to play Friday night.
Yeah, talk about the schedule. When does the schedule come out for you guys for baseball for this year? Does it come out like in the summer? Like you said, the summer. Does it come out like football? They already came out and like the season was not even over in the ACC. We had the schedule out for like next year, and they're like, dude, we're not even done with the season.
Yeah, it's actually it's crazy. We're very similar in that way. So, we're scheduling 2024 right now.
Wow.
Our conference schedules are usually 5-6 years out, so when your bye weekend is in conference. But it's definitely very similar to basketball and football, where our 2023 schedule is pretty much finished.
Wow.
Before we even started 2022.
Wow.
Jeez. So what's on the horizon for you guys next year? Because I know I was looking at some research of you guys. You haven't made it to the NCAA tournament since 2012, right?
Yeah.
That's a long time ago. And to me, it's like, that's 10 years. That's like, wow. I thought it would have been a little shorter than that. So is that one of your goals to first win the conference and then get to the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, obviously, I think every team in the country, first and foremost, your number one goal is to win your conference. The MAC is usually a one bid league. So you're going to have to win your conference tournament to go to the NCAA regional. Last year, we were lucky to get 2 teams into the NCAA tournament with Fairfield and Ryder. But our ultimate goal year in and year out is to go to the NCAA tournament. And, the ball's got to bounce your way. And we've been close in the last couple of years here, and hopefully this is our year.
So I was looking at this. There's a stadium you guys are playing at Clover Stadium. It's a ballpark in New York where you guys are going to have some of your games this year. Is that one of your home fields, or do you have a home field? I know in Manhattan, I guess you can't knock down any buildings.
No, it's definitely hard to build in New York City. We always say you build up.
Yeah.
We are going to play the majority of our home games will be played at Clover Stadium, which is in Rockland. It's a beautiful 5,000 seat stadium. A pro team uses it in the summertime. So that'll be exciting for us. And then we play a bunch of games kind of at our home park, which is Van Cortlandt Park in Riverdale.
Okay. Yeah. So you move around. You give people different places to come and.
Yeah, it's just Clover Park. The venue is unbelievable. It's one of the newer facilities in the Northeast. Again, it's a 5,000 seat stadium. It's a beautiful place to play. We can play night games there. So our kids look forward to going up to Rockland to play.
Yeah. Let's talk about your conference. Is there anybody going to be a surprise for you guys? You're going to look at them like, wow, they were pretty good last year. We're pretty good last year. They just got some new people. Is there somebody you look at and going like,
Yeah, I mean, every year is a different year, obviously. I think that we're going to surprise some people. We have a lot of new faces this year. We were able to get some kids off the transfer portal that are going to be a big part of what we do this year. But you have the frontline teams that have been there the last couple of years that are going to be really good again. Fairfield is returning 3 of their weekend starters from a team that went 38-5 last year and won 2 games in the NCAA tournament, beating Southern and Arizona State. Monmouth has all 3 weekend starters coming back. Their number 1, Trey Dombrowski, was the pitcher of the year in the Cape Cod League this summer. Their number 2, Rob Hensey, was actually the MAC pitcher of the year last year. So they're kind of loaded at the top. The league top to bottom should be very, very competitive this year.
Adam, go ahead.
Yeah. Now you guys, now the MAC has an agreement with ESPN, to televise all the conference games. So tell us what it's like to have an agreement with ESPN and allows the whole world, to see your team, the Manhattan Jaspers, play during conference time.
No, it's great. As a coach, you always want to get your brand out there. So the more people that can see your program, it's obviously going to help with recruiting. A lot, especially, the world has kind of been turned upside down here in the last 2 years. So with COVID and everything, we weren't allowed to play in front of fans, kind of how we wanted to the last couple of years. So our fans being able to see our team play on TV, obviously is very important for us.
Yeah. And with all this stuff with COVID, is the league still have that protocol still in place, or? I know everybody's doing this new, wearing the mask and all that. Yeah, we
are finally back to, I guess you can say, normalcy to a certain degree.
Right. Nice.
So, we're flying down to Florida on Thursday. We're gonna have to wear our masks on the plane, but we're everybody on the team is vaccinated and boosted. Last year we had a practice with masks on. This year we're not wearing masks at practice. So it's, from a playing standpoint, it was obviously difficult for our players to kind of go through that. And it's good to see them kind of back to normal, being able to hang out with each other on campus. So it's definitely much different this year than it has been the last 2 years.
Exactly. Well, Coach, good luck this week on your trip down to Florida. Hope everybody be safe, be well, and we'll talk to you down the road.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
sir.
Have a great
Take
day.
care.
Great
You
night.
too.
See you. I love that New York accent.
Yes, I do. I love it too. I love it
I
too.
feel like I'm back home with the people in Oceanside. You know, if you
Oceanside up there on Long
Yeah.
Island.
Adam, if you ever meet my father, he has that deep New York. You know,
Well,
voice.
I've got.
Yeah,
well,
it's classic. Like I can just
oh
hear
yeah,
him.
yeah. I
Right
have.
now, I can call him up and hey, Dad, what are you doing? How you
Oh
doing?
yeah.
I'm like, how you doing?
Yeah.
Cool.
How you doing? So it's 8:11 here on the program. Let's get cracking here. Was bringing a good friend of mine, a former Crackers. My good friend of mine, a classmate of mine. It's pretty funny that she is very successful at Hartford Community College doing women's lacrosse. My good friend Nikki Murphy. How you doing, my classmate?
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Doing good. I always look through my phone and I'm thinking, I need somebody. And I'm like, let me bring in Nikki. She's in the bullpen.
I got you.
Yeah, I love it. So how's life? How's everybody? How's the kids? How's everybody?
Good. Yeah, I think last year I was filming from home out on my deck, and I think my daughter made an appearance. But yeah, my kids are good. They're good. They're playing basketball right now and indoor soccer.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's awesome. So you guys are back at it this year.
Yeah.
After a year off. So what's it like having practices and getting things? Are you a little rusty as the head coach?
Listen, we keep saying we're knocking the cobwebs off. It's a situation. Yeah, we're just, we haven't, we haven't had a season for 2 years, right?
Wow.
So we are, we're getting back into it together, like the players included. So I feel like it was really important for us in the very beginning. We started in the middle of January, about a month ago, just to make sure everybody realizes we're on the same page here, that coaches included, we're just trying to knock the cobwebs off.
Yeah. You had you had a couple girls who played played softball for the softball coach, right?
Yeah.
And
listen, my MVP of the tournament for national, when we won national champion, she ended up, because we didn't have a season, played for softball along with 2 of the other girls. Now that girl, Sarah Dudick, she ended up transferring to Limestone and she's playing for them. So wow. I was like, look, you can play softball, but don't get hurt.
We need you this spring. Don't get hurt.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, so, it was awesome. Just saying the girls are athletic. I feel like we actually have 3 soccer players on our team right now who played soccer in the fall. So we welcome them with open arms, and we try to support all the other teams as well. Like Thursday, what's that? Tomorrow. Is it? No, Thursday, 2 days. Yeah, this is where I am, right?
Yeah,
I just came home. I don't know where
today was Wednesday.
Thursday, we're going to go watch the men and women basketball team play as like a team bonding and supporting the other teams. So we try to really, be there for the other teams, and they are there for us as well. So it's pretty awesome.
So your first game of the season is against Carroll. Is that Carroll Community College? Where did that come from?
Yeah, so Carroll Community College, they I think they might be club this year. I'm not exactly sure what their status is, but we are looking to play them and they're looking to enter in. So we've never played them before. They've never had a team, at least because I've been with the program since 2012. So at least from 2012 on, we haven't played Carroll. So that's exciting. We're going to play them home and away. So that'll be nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I'm thinking, I was looking at the schedule. I'm like, Carroll Community College? I'm like, where in the heck is that? Yeah. I'm like, I drove past Westminster all the time. Yeah. Oh, there's it. I think we lost her. Uh-oh. You still there? Yeah, the demons of this broadcast booth. Uh-oh. Nikki, can you hear me? I don't know. I'm going to write her a message saying log back in.
And then watch it, as soon as you finish
Yeah.
that, she'll just start coming back in.
I know. Maybe let's get rid of this one. Bring in this one.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got clone there. You got two of them on my dashboard. I'm like, which one is real? Yeah.
It's a mess.
Name that person, and like you open up the door, like it's like let's make a deal. Like you just open up the door, like wrong deal.
It's a mess around here.
I know. It's the internet. It happens. I'm in an old house here in Cockeysville with Nicole, my girlfriend. She says hi. Yeah. She's watching me on TV. Yeah, she always watches me every Tuesday when I do this. But it's a nice little whole house we have here, and sometimes the internet has a hiccup.
Yeah.
So we blame it on the person who used to live here. So I go, hey, good job, Uncle Park. Yeah.
We just got to be flexible, right? That's all we can do.
That's right.
And laugh, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
So you won the championship in 2019. So
Yeah.
this year you guys were picked to to win it all again. So what was it like having somebody say, oh, by the way, you're the number one in the country? What do you think about that?
It's weird. We just had a practice tonight, and in the beginning of the practice, we have all the girls huddle around and we talk about a couple things. And I mean, I let them know. I'm sure they know already.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're ranked number one, and I mean, it's been 2 years, so it's like, and these girls, like only one of the girls that we have on the team played with us in 2020 when we played a couple games before our season was canceled. So like they don't really get it, yet. But we're slow. I think they're slowly starting to understand. And when they saw that ranking that we're number one, I mean, you do have to take that seriously. That's the culture that we've created over the years. And that's the history of the program. And that's our alumni, and that's our current players. And it's special. I think it's really special, and we don't take it for granted. We don't take it lightly. And I told him today, let it fuel your fire in practice, because the harder we work in practice, the better we make ourselves and our teammates. And so it's nice. There's no real pressure behind it. There's no pressure on the girls, but it's just nice to know that you're in a program that's recognized. I think that's special.
Yeah, and you guys are now the hunted, so it's like they're going to hunt you down because last year you guys weren't around, so they're like, where's Harper Community College?
Yeah,
where are they? Where did they go? Now they're like,
we're kind of on the map, right?
We're going to take it down, and there's a lot of pressure.
Lacrosse too has done so well, and it's just it's really neat. Like we practice back to back, and so we do a little handoff. We have the field first, and then they come in, and it's just a really special relationship that we have between the two teams and the programs that we've been able to build and the kids that we've been able to bring in and see what they do after our program. I mean, it's pretty special. And again, I don't take it for granted. I appreciate, especially with COVID, having it taken away. It's just nice to be back,
Right. You got one, Steve?
Yeah, in regards to COVID, how did a lot of the girls cope, with not being able to play last year? How did they, keep themselves mentally, mindful to stay active, to be able to be ready to go for when things did get back to normal?
Yeah, so we were able to practice last year. So we did practice. It was weird. It was different. But we did some workout routines with the kids. We were able to get on the field and actually play a little bit. But yeah, it was a lot of when we can get together, we're just going to appreciate the time that we have. And when we can't, we would give them workout packets to do and just let them know like how important it is to keep moving. And then we got together in the fall. We were able to have a fall ball this past season or this past fall. And so we got to practice. We practiced 2 days a week with each other, and we just started knocking the cobwebs off then. And then in this spring, we started a month ago practicing 5 days a week, which is a lot. We're not used to it. And so there's a lot, there's so much to dive into. Actually, we played Wilmington University. We scrimmaged them last weekend, I think, or maybe 2 weekends ago. And Wilmington University is a 4-year school. It's D2. They played last year. They had a season. They knocked their cobwebs off like a long time ago. And so here we are. We're like, oh gosh. So we walked away from that game learning so much about where we are and where we want to be. And as a team, we really came together and identified specifically what exactly we want to work on. And so these past weeks, 2 weeks in practice have been awesome because we're all bought in. You know, this is what we need to work on, and it's their ideas. They're the ones that presented it, and us as coaches, we love it. And so yeah, it's we've been together, but not like this. This is pretty great.
Exactly. Well, Nikki, let me let you go. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. Good luck with practice, and thank you for the email this evening. I'll email.
Thank you so much. It was so nice seeing you.
Yeah, and I'll talk to you soon, and we'll talk to you when the season goes, and I'll stop by for a game. Hopefully I have some time.
Please do. I'd love it.